mean, the Grammys would, or certainly should, want to have Drake on their TV show.
Yeah.
And if he's saying, no, thank you, then they're losing that, which is horrible for the Grammys. I wanted to ask you guys about Drake. Probably most viewers know, but in case you don't, Drake has sort of, The Weeknd, as people definitely know, has been very vocal and said, I am not going to put my music, I'm not going to submit my music to the Grammys anymore because I don't think that they represent what I'm about. Drake has done it a little more quietly. You know, I asked when he put out Honestly Nevermind, which was the record that would have been eligible for this year. The record with 21 Savage came out too late for the Grammys. But I asked his rep, hey, when I was writing about nominations a while, did you submit? And they didn't say, that, you know, which means no. But then later on, it came out that he did not submit it. Anyway, Drake's sort of boycott, let's call it, of the Grammys. Do you think this helps? Is it helpful or is it harmful in what I take to be Drake's effort to get the Academy to more properly recognize hip hop? Do you think this is gonna be an effective action on Drake's part?
I think it did kind of push them to recognize the urgency of the diversifying the voting block. You know, that they did, you know, expand to a much kind of younger, more pointedly diverse, you know, crop of voters this year. And, you know, I think it's, you know, obviously it removes an incredible kind of artistic and commercial force from contention.
Yeah.
That's not going to help kind of make the case for the genre's importance at the top categories.
Right.
But
also from the TV, I mean, I hate to say it again, but from the TV show, you know, I mean, the Grammys would, or certainly should, want to have Drake on their TV show. And if he's saying, no, thank you, then they're losing that, which is horrible for the Grammys.
Yeah, I think it did light a fire under them of like, we need to change the voting demographics if we're losing artists of that caliber, you know, even from cynical expediency of, you know, making sure you got the biggest stars on TV every year and down to, you know, making sure you're getting the awards right as best you can.
Yeah, I think it probably had a limited assist. Like, it definitely can't hurt. I mean, it is like a wake-up call. Honestly, what I think would have probably been the bigger thing, and it didn't materialize because for so many reasons, very difficult to pull off. Last year, I think the Grammys told Kanye that he couldn't perform because of everything that he was saying and doing. And Jay Prince, who's of course on Kanye's side, came around and said, we're gonna make our own award show and I'm gonna hold it in Vegas, like down the street from the Grammys and get all the viewership. Again, very impossible or very difficult to pull off, especially that close to the date. But I think what would really get their attention the most is if hip hop and Black artists were able to rally around another award show. Obviously, you know, for a while it was the Source Awards, Soul Train Awards. They've had kind of varying waves of, I guess, influence. If enough major artists were to break off and say, hey, we're gonna fund and sponsor and power our own show, that's gonna have all of the Black, or at least the majority of the Black music artists there, and it starts getting viewership and starts getting traction, then all of a sudden they have to say, hey, we're losing, you know, so many viewers to this other award show. We have to kind of get it back. Because at the end of the day, like, Drake is powerful and popular, but he's still just one artist, and there are still so many more artists that are always going to be deserving. Like, you're never going to be able to, you could take out 10 artists and there's still going to be enough great rap albums that could get a nomination.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But if all of those 10 don't just sit at home, but they're over down the street at this other award show, performing and shutting it down and going trending on Twitter, now all of a sudden you have a much more immediate, hey, we're not even going to be the music award show anymore. Our whole existence is, you know, about to be threatened. Again, very difficult to pull off for so many reasons. There's already 25,000 award shows. I don't know if we need another one. But if they, you know, people rallied around the BET Awards or whatever it was and kind of made that the night for Black music, then I think it'd be a tougher conversation for them.